Welcome to Star TV News. I'm Sarah Kamara. Our headlines this hour. Global Peace Index, Gambia records world's largest improvement in peace. The Constitutional Review Commission continues consultation with other relevant stakeholders. The director of environmental group called Green Up Gambia says environmental protection is everyone's business. Meanwhile, in football, Hawks FC breaks Gambia Armed Forces unbeaten league run. On the international scene, Sudan on 48 hours national strike. Polls open in Madagascar's legislative election, and Sierra Leone court acquits football chief over corruption. Those are our top stories this hour, and now the news in detail. Since the 2016 election of Adama Barrow as president, the Gambia has recorded the world's largest improvement in peace, moving up 35 places in the latest ranking of Global Peace Index from 111 in 2017 to 76. More on this report with Ajakari Sanyang.
This massive achievement, now that the Gambia is ranked for the first time amongst the 15 most peaceful countries in the Sub-Saharan Africa. This is yet another global report that has favorably ranked the leadership style and governance and development efforts of the Barrow administration. In 2018, a scorecard published by major independent global financial and research institutions like the World Bank, IMF, Brookings Institute, Chatham House, among others, gave high ratings to the country in the area of governance, public finance, management, and human development. Of the 5 countries with the largest improvements in peace, 4 are from Sub-Saharan Africa, including the Gambia and Liberia, which had the largest overall improvements in peacefulness. Gambia improved across all 3 GPI domains, with the largest improvement occurring in the ongoing conflict domain. Ajakari Sanyang, Star TV News.
The Constitutional Review Commission has on Friday, 24 May 2019, consulted with the National Land Commission at the Secretariat in Kotu. The engagement is part of the CRC's ongoing consultative meeting with key stakeholders and institutions with the view of eliciting their views on the drafting of a new constitution. Rest of the story with Maimuna Juf.
Chairman of the CRC, Justice Suleiman Jallo, stressed the importance of the participation of the Land Commission in the CRC process. Justice Jallo reminded the Land Commission of the prevailing challenges and threats emanating from land acquisition and use in the country. He reiterated that consulting with the Land Commission is indeed fundamental. Speaking on behalf of the Land Commission, the chairman of the Land Commission, Justice Raymond Sock, expressed delight for the equal opportunities accorded to them to consult and sound their opinion as a body. Chairman Sock stated the necessity and role of the Land Commission whilst acknowledging the issues revolving around land acquisition and use in the Gambia. He underscored the importance of the Land Commission, noting that the Commission is primarily responsible to ensure judicious utilization of land in the Gambia. Maimuna Juf, Star TV News.
And that was Maimuna Juf reporting. Environmental protection should be everyone's business, says Usman Sonko, the program director of renowned environmental group Green Up Gambia. Sonko informed Star TV during an exclusive interview that environmental protection should be everyone's business and we should ensure that our nation is littering-free. More on this story with Dado Cham.
Sonko said in order to ensure a free littering and a friendly environment, the young should graduate from talking and focus on protecting and preservation of our environment. This is why Green Up Gambia is targeting the young people. Mr. Sonko added that they do have annual consultations with various schools where they inculcate and repercussions of environmental pollution and ways of discouraging it. Their activities including tree planting and waste management. Waste management should be everyone's business. This is why Green Up Gambia is targeting young people because they are the future leaders. National Environment Agency do help us with documents and posters of environmental laws and its dangers, which we use during our consultation with school children, Mr. Sonko added. Sonko lamented that they use their own money to finance their activities in order to make the country a littering-free nation. I am Dado Cham reporting for Star TV News.
Now on the international scene, a 2-day general strike in Sudan started in the wee hours of Tuesday's morning with public services largely grounded across the country. Multiple reports have shown. The latest move is a resort being used by the protest leaders to push for a civilian-led transition. The country is in a state of flux since April 11, when the military ousted long-serving Omar al-Bashir. More details from Africa News.
Sudan is on edge as protesters and security forces prepare for a general strike slated to start on Tuesday. On Friday, the Alliance for Freedom and Change, a loose coalition of parties, civil society groups and professional bodies, called for a campaign of civil disobedience starting Tuesday to pile more pressure on the army, which it accuses of deliberately frustrating the power transfer talks. While the campaign has received backing from most members of the alliance, Sudan's main oppositional Umma party rejected it, saying it was badly timed and risked worsening tensions with the ruling military council. The strike is expected to paralyze government services and shut down Khartoum. The head of the military council, Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, on Monday concluded trips to Egypt, the United Arab Emirates and South Sudan in an apparent effort to seek backing for the junta. Talks between the military and protesters remain deadlocked, with no breakthrough over the composition of the Sovereign Council, which will be set up to manage the transition. The protesters have accused the army of resorting to violence to break the sit-in at the Defense Ministry headquarters.
Voters in Madagascar head to the polls on Monday to elect their 151 lawmakers, less than 6 months after under-religious elections. The legislative election in many parts of the country should be between the Rojalina and Magravlo-Manana camps. Africa News have rest of the story.
In Madagascar, voters head to the polls on Monday to elect their 151 lawmakers. Less than 6 months after André Rajolina's election, the legislative elections in many parts of the country should be between the Rajolina and Magravlo-Manana camps.
I hope that members will bring peace, that there will be no more bloodshed, and that market prices will not increase.
Laws must be improved and changed so that there is no more corruption and everyone is treated with integrity. I hope that they will be true spokespersons for the people and that they will develop the groups for which they are responsible too.
Per Madagascar's constitution, the group of majority parties in the National Assembly proposes a prime minister who is then appointed by the head of states. The stakes are high for André Rajolina, who is determined to obtain a large majority.
And finally, a Sierra Leonean High Court has acquitted Embattled Football Association President Isha Johansen of all charges of corruption. Her Secretary General was also acquitted. Justice Reginald Finn Court's ruling paved the way for Johansen to be reinstated as Sierra Leone Football Association SLFA boss. More on the story with Africa News.
A court in Sierra Leone on Monday acquitted Embattled Football Association President Isha Johansen of all charges of corruption. The body's Secretary General was also acquitted. The ruling paves the way for Johansen to be reinstated as the Sierra Leone Football Association boss. FIFA last year suspended the SLFA due to government interference in soccer affairs, specifically protesting the removal of Johansen and Secretary General Christopher Kamara. Johansen and Kamara have both denied any wrongdoing over allegations of match fixing involving the national team. FIFA's ban effectively disqualified Sierra Leone from the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations, leaving Kenya and Ghana to advance to the finals.
And that's all we have in this edition of the news. Join us tomorrow for more news. Bye for now.